Shalom, salam, tisztelet mindenkinek, respect and love to each and every one. We officially start today's protest on the International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples. Hivatalosan is megkezdjük a mai tüntetésünket. Ma van az őslakosok világnapja, és ebben a témában kifejezetten Palesztináról és nagyon sok más ügyről is, és általánosságban is az emberi jogokról, az igazságosságról, a szabadságról fogunk beszélni. És kiállunk az áldozatok, a szenvedők mellett az igazságtalanságok ellen. Ezt az egész tüntetést egy csodálatos, nagyon számomra legalábbis mindenképpen nagyon inspiráló kollektíva szervezte, Palesztina Szolidaritás Budapest nevű csoportja, egy csomó nagyon különböző, nagyon sokféle embernek. This protest was organized by a beautiful collective of very different people, a lot of diversity, and this is a beautiful, very inspiring group standing up in solidarity for Palestine. So that's what we're gonna do, standing in solidarity for justice against injustice, for freedom against oppression, for peace and equality against occupation, apartheid, and genocide. So freedom and justice for all. Let this begin.
From the sea to the river, Palestine will live forever.
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
Okay, I'm gonna be doing this all day, alright? I need your enthusiasm, y'all. Come on. From Gaza to Darfur, stop the killing, stop the war.
From Gaza to Darfur.
Stop the killing, stop the war. Alright, I need to go in the crowd now. Guys, from the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Okay, this is what you all know, right? Let's start with new chants now.
Let's go.
Good? Alright. From Sudan to Palestine.
From Sudan to Palestine.
From Sudan to Palestine.
From Sudan to Palestine.
Occupation is a crime.
Occupation is a crime.
Occupation is a crime.
Occupation is a crime.
From Congo to Palestine.
From Congo to Palestine.
Ethnic cleansing is a crime.
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 From south to the north.
From
Thank you, everyone. This song is called Mawtini. It means my homeland. And this song gives me goosebumps every time I hear it. So if you all can just give a moment of silence, a minute of silence, actually. And you can pray if you want in your head, you know. So can you all just start for 1 minute of silence for all the genocides that's happening out there? Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Now let's start again. From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free.
The people united will never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated! The people united
Will never be defeated.
Now let's try to scream, okay? Let's try. This is not the way Europeans do it, but let's try to do it, okay? 1, 2, 3. The people united will never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Right, now we're presenting.
So we have a lot of speeches and other meaningful stuff lined up for you all in English and in Hungarian. Lesz egy csomó mindenféle beszéd, magyarul és angolul is, és más előadások, úgyhogy hallgassátok meg az első beszédet. Please give it up for Fires.
We gather today on World Indigenous Peoples Day to raise awareness and defend the rights of world indigenous populations and our collective human rights. This day also recognizes the achievements and contributions that indigenous people made to humanity and to world issues such as environmental protection. Yet, indigenous people today in all parts of the world are fighting discrimination and targeted violence, struggling against shrinking civic spaces, lacking recognition of their rights as peoples, and suffering from land disposition, evictions, oppression, and the greed of their oppressors. Their struggles stem from the effects of colonization, resource exploitation, and dehumanization. Dehumanization is a dangerous weapon, used today and for a very long time, in fact, by colonial and imperial powers to justify their crimes against humanity. It changes narratives and pictures freedom fighters as terrorists and terrorists as heroes. It convinces populations that rape is justifiable, as we see in Israel today. Dehumanization has been a tool of fascist thought, and it is still being used today. Not long ago, Winston Churchill, a celebrated hero and influential thinker of imperial and colonial thought, also influential in Western schools and institutes, compares humans in 1937 to dogs in a manger. This was after reading the Peel Commission, which suggested partitioning British-occupied Palestine into Arab and Jewish states. Churchill said of the Palestinians in 1937, and I quote, "I do not agree that the dog in a manger has the final right to the manger, even though it may have lain there for a very long time. I do not admit that right. I do not admit, for instance, that a great wrong has been done to the Red Indians of America or to the black people of Australia. I do not admit that a wrong has been done to these people by the fact that a stronger race, a higher grader race, a more worldly wise race, to put it that way, has come in and taken their place." End quote. Churchill blatantly makes a direct comparison of dogs to Native Americans, Australians, and Palestinians, dehumanizing them in a form as if they were a lower grade race. His ideas live to this day. Therefore, we must actively stand against such discrimination and decolonize our minds. Today, we stand against all forms of racism and ethnic discrimination. And let it be heard that this includes anti-Semitism here and in the rest of the world. Being critical of Israel's politics and actions, as with any state in the world, is not anti-Semitism. It is in fact the opposite of anti-Semitism. We respect Judaism as we oppose the ideology of settler colonialism, of Zionist settler colonialism. We oppose Zionism. 40,000 people have been murdered by Israeli forces and Western complicity in the past few months, almost half of them being children. The Palestinian people have endured 76 years of oppression, ethnic cleansing, under Israeli occupation. We call for an immediate ceasefire and an international action to end these crimes against humanity and bring justice to the Palestinian and indigenous people of all the world. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, today we speak the truth and stand for our collective rights. Today, from Liberty Square, we stand for the liberty of the oppressed, we stand for justice, we stand for our collective rights, our human rights. Today, we stand for the people of Gaza, and today we stand strong. Free Palestine.
Ceasefire now! 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 Ceasefire now!
So from the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea,
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free.
Biden, Biden, you can't hide!
Biden, Biden, you can hide.
You're complicit in genocide! Biden, Biden, you can't hide!
Biden, Biden, you can hide.
You're committing genocide!
You're committing genocide.
Netanyahu, you can't hide!
Netanyahu, you can hide.
You're committing genocide!
You're committing genocide.
EU, you can't hide!
EU, you can hide.
You're supporting genocide!
You're supporting genocide.
Israel, you can hide!
Israel, you can hide.
You're committing genocide!
You're committing genocide.
America, you can hide!
America, you can hide. Genocide.
No more hiding, no more fear.
No more hiding, no more fear.
Genocide is crystal clear.
Genocide is crystal clear.
Free, free,
Palestine.
free, free.
Palestine.
Palestine.
I like this one. بالروح بالدم نفديك يا غزة. 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 ومين المية للمية؟
مين المية؟
ومين المية للمية؟
مين المية؟
ومين المية للمية؟ فلسطين عربية.
المية.
فلسطين عربية.
ومين المية للمية؟
مين المية للمية؟
فلسطين عربية.
فلسطين عربية.
تحياتي غصب عنهم. Free, free!
Palestine.
Ez az üzenet most a magyarokhoz fog szólni, mert eleget hallottam a tétlenség mondatát. Túl kis hal vagyok ahhoz, hogy kiálljak a palesztinokért. Az ártatlanok szenvednek. A mi kötelességünk az embertársaink felé, hogy védjük egymást az elnyomás alól. Magyarországnak itt az ideje, hogy ne érdekből, hanem empátiából, emberségből és erkölcsiségből kiálljon az elnyomottak ellen, az elnyomottak mellett. Mi magyarok, akik többször is első kézből tapasztaltuk az elnyomást, a szenvedést, mi, akik legjobban tudjuk, hogy milyen az, amikor megfosztanak minket a földünktől, nekünk kéne leginkább kiállnunk az elnyomottak mellett. Ha Magyarország békepárti, akkor igenis támogassuk a tűzszünetet, és ne engedjük, hogy Magyarország katonai egyezményeket írjon meg Izraellel. Ne engedjük, hogy a háborús bűnök elítélését antiszemitizmussal maszkolják. A 40 000 ártatlan civil palesztin halálának elítélése nem antiszemitizmus. A több mint 15 000 gyerek halálának elítélése nem antiszemitizmus. A mecsetek, a templomok és a világörökségek lerombolásának elítélése nem antiszemitizmus. Egy keresztény ország ne álljon ki egy olyan állam mellett, amely Jézus szülőhelyét a gyermekek temetőjévé teszi, amely nem csak a muszlimokat, de a legrégebbi keresztény közösségeket és örökségeket is aktívan írtja és pusztítja. Nem csak jelenleg Palesztinában, de Libanonban és Szíriában is. Meddig engedjük, hogy megvezessenek minket? Mikor vált elfogadottá, hogy az újságírók, a tanárok, az orvosok, a sportolók és az értelmiségiek váljanak egy háború célpontjaivá? Ez igenis egy népirtó háború, amit a gázai... Eddig legalább 113 újságírót, 400 tanárt, 740 egészségügyi dolgozót és 400 sportolót ölt meg Izrael. Ez igenis egy népirtó háború, ami a gázai övezet megtisztításáról, annektálásáról és telepes gyarmatosításáról szól. Valamint Gáza és Cisjordánia természetes erőforrásainak és geopolitikai adottságainak kizsákmányolásáról szól. Ez nem október 7-én kezdődött. Évek óta követem az izraeli atrocitásokat, 7 évet éltem Angliában, és minden egyes évben volt tüntetés az izraeli agresszió ellen. Ez egy 76 éves szisztematikus kitelepítés és gyarmatosítás. A palesztinok évtizedeken keresztül élnek elnyomva. Az egész arab terrorizmus egy megvezetés. A nyugati erők elfoglalják földjeiket, kizsákmányolják őket, és ha ellenállnak, terrorizmus vádja mögé bújva, megölik őket és a vezetőiket. A nyugati felsőbbrendűség nem ért véget, és a mi feladatunk, főként mint európaiak, hogy ellenálljunk ennek, és ne hagyjuk, hogy elvegyék tőlünk az erkölcsiségünket. A két állam között az agresszió nem lehet a válasz. Ez a politikusok által választott út, és csak pusztítást eredményez, amit leginkább a civil lakosság szenved el. Egy békés utat kell választanunk, és a világnak. A kormányfőknek elő kell ezt segíteniük, és nem csak tovább szítani a tüzet. A soha többet, mindenkivel szemben legyen soha többet. Azonnal és végleges tűzszünetet most.
Köszönjük szépen, hogy ilyen közösségivé teszitek ezt az egészet. Thank you very much for making this a real community effort. Please support all these people who give their heart for this cause. For some, it may be very uncomfortable to speak in front of people, but they still do it for the greater cause. So please, let's support each other in this. The only way to succeed is together, united as one for freedom and justice for all.
The people united will never be defeated. 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 Thank you.
So this song is called Dammi Falastini, which is something like my blood is Palestinian, my blood is Palestinian. And just as a very powerful symbol, actually in Hebrew, blood is the same word because these are brother languages, obviously. Dam is blood. So it's the same red blood flowing in the veins of every human being. This is the very simple message that we are standing by, and we want all the oppressors to understand that no one is free until we are all free, because we are all one. Dammi Falastini.
على ديني على أرض تلاقيني أنا لأهلي أنا فديهم أنا دمي فلسطيني 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 أنا دمي فلسطيني
Don't smoke. Smoking is bad, okay? Why'd you... Okay, laugh at my agony. This song is called Anadami Palestini, which means my blood is Palestinian. Now, there's many types of Palestinians. There's Palestinians from the inside. There's Palestinians from Gaza. There's Palestinians from 48. There's Palestinians from the outside. Like me. I'm Palestinian from the outside. But it doesn't matter, because we're all Palestinians. As long as you're fighting for what's right, as long as you're fighting for stopping genocide, you're Palestinians. Everyone is Palestinian. You just have to be human to be Palestinian. You don't have to be Palestinian to be Palestinian. Because Palestinians are everywhere. We don't have a land to go to, but we actually do. But they don't want us to go there. I'm born in Saudi Arabia. I have a Jordanian passport, but I'm a Palestinian. I'm from Jerusalem. And the dance that we just did, that's a dance for indigenous people. It actually started from the Red Indians when they were, well, their own land. They stomped the land because it's theirs. And that's Dabka. You stomp the land. The land feels you. You're part of the land. You connect with the land. That is what Dabka is about. It's not just another dance. If you're Palestinian, we'll teach you Dabka. If you're not Palestinian, we'll teach you Dabka. If you're not Palestinian, you're Palestinian. So free, free. Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Sadiqa! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! From Budapest to Gaza! From Budapest to Gaza! Globalize the intifada! Globalize the intifada! That was hard, right? Okay, I guess. From Budapest to Gaza! From Budapest to Gaza! Globalize the intifada! Globalize the intifada! 1, 2, 3, 4! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! Occupation no more! 5, 6, 7, 8! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israel is a terrorist state! Israel is a terrorist state! 1, 2, 3, 4! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! Occupation no more! 5, 6, 7, 8! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israel is a terrorist state! Israel is a terrorist state! Brick by brick, wall by wall! Brick by brick, wall by wall! The occupying state shall fall! The occupying state shall fall! Brick by brick, wall by wall! Brick by brick, wall by wall! The occupying state will fall! The occupying state will fall! Not another nickel, not another dime! Okay, let's learn to rap! Alright? This is your rapping 101. Let's go. Okay, I break it down easy. Not another nickel. Not another nickel. Not another dime. Not another dime. Perfect. We got that? Yeah. Let's rap it. Not another nickel, not another dime. Not another nickel, not another dime. Perfect. Again. Not another nickel, not another dime. Not another nickel, not another dime. The occupying state shall fall. 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 Free, free. Palestine. Free, free. Palestine. Free Palestine. Within our lifetime. Thank you for coming.
Like we said, and we keep saying it again and again and again, it's not a certain group of people against another group of people. It's not Palestinians against Jews. It's not against Muslims against Jews. Nothing like that. It's the people against inhumanity. It's all types of people standing on the side of humanity, together united against inhumanity of the oppressor.
And will never be defeated!
So, magyarul is elmondom, mert nagyon fontos üzenet, hogy nagyon fontos, hogy nem palesztinok állnak itt a zsidókkal szemben, vagy muszlimok a zsidókkal szemben, mint ahogy azt a cionista izraeli propaganda próbálja elhitetni velünk. Itt emberek nagyon-nagyon-nagyon sokszínű, összetartó egysége áll az embertelenséggel szemben, az elnyomó rendszerrel szemben. Nem valamilyen származású, vagy vallású, vagy nemzetiségű emberekkel szemben, hanem az elnyomó rendszerrel, az igazságtalansággal, a megszállással, a népírtással, az emberiesség elleni bűnökkel szemben állunk mind együtt, összefogva. Muszlimok, keresztények, arabok, palesztinok, zsidók együtt. Én is zsidó származású vagyok, és nagyon sokan vannak közöttünk ebben a mozgalomban, akik szintén azok. I'm a Jew myself too, and in this united liberation movement, there's a lot of Jewish people. One of the loudest blocks in the Free Palestine movement are Jews against genocide, Jews against Zionism, Jews against injustice and oppression. Remember, it's humanity against inhumanity. Remember that.
Judaism up, up!
Judaism up, up.
Judaism up, up! Judaism up, up! Zionism down, down! Zionism down, down! Judaism up, up! Judaism up, up! Zionism down, down!
Ennek a gondolatnak a jegyében hallgassátok meg a következő felszólalót. So, in the spirit of this thought, please listen to the next speaker. Give it up. Give some support.
Thanks. It's really good to see so many people here to show up and express your solidarity with Palestinians. The reason why we gathered here is to remind ourselves that we'll... Can you hear me now? Yes. Great. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up and showing solidarity with Palestinians. Yes. The reason why we gathered here is to remind ourselves that we live in a world built on the blood of indigenous peoples whose lands have been exploited, the people on those lands enslaved, exterminated, or pushed into poverty. The hands of colonialism are long and reach far, and its practices have not ceased. In Congo, Sudan, Latin America, people are still experiencing capital's penetrative forces. Investments and new market opportunities destroy nature and destroy the lives of people living there. It is no different in Gaza either, except that the logic of capitalism is supported by the ideology of Zionism, which seeks to secure a nation state for Jewish people around the world. I would like to quote Gabor Mate, a Budapest-born psychologist, a Holocaust survivor. The footages of Gaza are reminiscent of so many situations when Jews had to flee because of threat. But on the other hand, it also has been going on for so long now, so the transfer and the displacement of the indigenous population has been discussed as part of the Zionist project going back well over 100 years. So in a sense, this is the culmination and the apotheosis of the essence of the Zionist intent, which is to keep displacing these people, to make life impossible to them, so that all the land can be available for Jewish occupation and settlement. These are the words of Gabor Mate. Free Palestine!
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
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 My grandmother is no different from Gabor Mate, also a Holocaust survivor. She died before I was born, so I never had the chance to talk to her about the 10 months she spent in Auschwitz-Birkenau. So now, I only know a few stories passed down by my own mother. One of these that has been burnt into me is that there was so little to eat, my grandmother had no other option than to eat the soil of the ground and the peeled parts of potatoes. The hunger people faced in native concentration camps was no accidental, neither is the famine Palestinians face in the besieged Gaza Strip. Starvation, ghettoization, forced displacement, psychological torture, dehumanization are not natural phenomena, but are all methods of the racist, heartless, undemocratic, settler colonial regimes and systemic oppression. If you look at how some Israelis in Israel treat fellow Jews living there, For example, those who are unwilling to enlist into the military, if you see how many Jewish communities around the globe stand up for Palestine, you will see that there is a clear distinction between a Zionist and Jew. Being against the Israeli apartheid system does not equal anti-Semitism. Thank you. Anti-Semitism becomes a tool in Zionists' hands, saying that anyone who is against the cruel system of the Israeli occupation is an anti-Semite. Am I a self-hating Jew? I don't think so. Zionism doesn't equal Jewishness, and being a Jew does not equal Zionism either. And just like that, Zionism is the ideology that has transmuted the religion of Judaism into a nationalistic project. Israel is an ethno-nationalist state which seeks to exterminate those who are native to the land through legalizing the stealing of lands, through forcefully evicting people from their ancestral homes, and currently by pushing Palestinians further and further into the Gaza Strip into a decreasing territory. Hospitals, schools, civilian houses are being bombed under the false pretext of fighting Hamas. Nothing can justify the bodies stuck under rubble. Nothing justifies children growing up under the sound of warplanes. Nothing justifies the mutilated bodies. Nothing justifies all the bombing, shooting, starvation of tens of thousands of civilians. Nothing justifies the crude reality. In the span of the past 10 months, 40,000 Palestinians have been murdered. Among them, women, children, and even the men who are mostly civilians. So, Israel, you can't hide. You're complicit in genocide.
Israel, you can hide! You're complicit in genocide! Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry! Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry! Palestine will never die! Palestine will never die! Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry! Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry! Palestine will never die! Palestine will never die! Zionism fights Palestinian rights! Zionism fights Palestinian rights! Zionism fights Palestinian rights! Zionism fights human 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 rights! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Other page. Justice, justice, we know how! 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 Lift the siege on Gaza now! 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 I don't see any spirit here, I'm coming for you. Alright. Justice, justice, we know how! 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 Lift the siege on Gaza now! 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 What do we want? Freedom! Yeah, that was confusing. Alright, what do we want? Ceasefire! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Ceasefire! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Ceasefire! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Ceasefire! When? Now! Yes! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine!
Give it up for Afnan's fire! Shukran. Okay, it was not scheduled, but I really just very quickly need to touch on this very short incident. Maybe nobody really noticed, but there was a gentleman approaching me right here in the back. And just because any photos may have been taken, I need to address this issue. So like I said, we together, all this collective, and I really hope from my heart that everyone here stand for freedom and justice and full human rights for all. Just because your certain political interests put you in solidarity with Palestinians, but in the same time, you feel no shame condemning gay people or Jews, for example. That doesn't make you a true ally of this movement. We stand for full intersectionalism, full interconnected freedom and justice for all. Nobody is free until everybody is free. The organizers of this protest, that's our stand, okay? So, this being said, I know this can be uncomfortable, an uncomfortable truth, that the full human rights of everyone is connected to the full human rights of everyone else. It can be uncomfortable for some people, more like from the older generation. But I'm so hopeful and I'm so inspired to see all these young people, this beautiful young collective, who put this thing together, to see how natural this truth is for them. How perfectly natural for a Muslim hijabi girl stand and sit shoulder to shoulder to a queer activist standing for freedom and justice for all. How natural, how self-evident this is for the young generation. This gives me hope for the future, because this is the spirit, how we can bring a new reality for all humankind in Palestine and worldwide. Well, freedom and justice is a given, is the foundation for everyone, for all human communities. Okay.
With that being said, I'm gonna chant and you're gonna repeat after me, alright? But show me the fire, show me the passion, okay? I need the passion, y'all. Justice for Palestine!
Justice for Palestine!
Justice for Palestine!
Justice for Palestine!
Justice for Congo!
Justice for Congo!
Justice for Congo!
Justice for Congo!
Justice for Sudan!
Justice for Sudan!
Justice for Sudan!
Justice for Sudan!
Justice for the Roma people!
Justice for the Roma people!
Justice for the Mali people!
Justice for the Mali people!
Justice for Myanmar!
Justice for Myanmar!
Justice for Myanmar!
Justice for Myanmar!
Justice for Ethiopia!
Justice for Ethiopia!
Justice for Ethiopia!
Justice for Ethiopia!
Justice for Haiti! Okay, you're dying down, guys, you're dying down. These are all the countries right now that they are actually getting butchered. All of these people are getting butchered right now. It's not just Palestine. So one more time. Justice for Haiti!
Justice for Haiti!
Justice for Haiti!
Justice for Haiti!
Justice for why?
Justice for why?
Justice for why?
Justice for why?
Justice for Turtle Island!
Justice for Turtle Island!
Justice for Turtle Island!
Justice for Turtle Island!
Justice for Palestine!
Justice for Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free Gaza!
Free, 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 free Gaza!
Justice for Gaza!
Justice for Gaza!
Justice for Gaza!
Justice for Gaza!
You can hear from the river to the sea so many times, and this is one of the things where they accuse us of inciting violence. When we say from the river to the sea, we mean freedom and justice for all, from the river to the sea, not just a tiny section somewhere where the oppressor gives them permission to live like a second-class life, but the whole territory, the whole area, everybody should live in full freedom and justice. This is not against anyone, this is for everyone. So a little musical vibes here. Shalom, salam, freedom and justice for all. From the river to the sea, all your children must be free. From the river to the sea, family. From the river Jordan to the Mediterranean Sea, at the same blood flowing, everybody, equal rights and justice, liberty and dignity. We everyone were living in a just territory. One God, one aim, one destiny. One blood, one love, one hope, one home. Let it be a shining example for all humanity. From the river to the sea, our children of Palestine must be free. From the river to the sea, let there be peace and unity, justice and solidarity. From the river to the sea, all of the Holy Land got to be free. From the river to the sea. Tell ya. No more occupation, no more apartheid, no more compression, expulsion, no more genocide, no hate, no terror. We all must unite and get up, stand up for equal rights. Fed up with them wicked leaders on the wrong side of history, brainwashing, sacrificing even their own kind. A life is a life, yes, a child is a child. Don't let them divide and push us into suicide. Wake up, don't fall anymore for them tricks. Stand united, love at the best tactic. We need a spiritual cleansing and no ethnic. Take a seed of love and plant it. Overstand this, we are born a unity, not strife. I am pro-freedom, pro-justice and life. In this darkness, the truth of it shine. Say free, free Palestine! Free Palestine! From the river to the sea, our children of Palestine must be free. From the river to the sea, let there be peace and unity, justice and solidarity. From the river to the sea, hey, all of the Holy Land got to be free. From the river to the sea. Hey, give them the right of return. No hatred but love of learn. The table's got to turn. Oh children, children, me brethren and sistren, make we decolonize this system. No one is free until we are all free. Let's stand together against all tyranny. From the east to the west, from the mountain to the valley, from the river to the sea, from the river to the sea. Our children of Palestine must be free. From the river to the sea, let there be peace and unity. From the river to the sea, I said, all of the Holy Land got to be free. From the river to the sea, let there be peace and unity. Hey, let there be justice, equality, one love, solidarity. Oh yes, 'cause we are one big family. Thank you.
Will be free. Gaza will be free.
Okay, I'm going in again. From Gaza to Darfur! You're not moving. Your lips are not moving. I'm from Gaza to Darfur! Stop the feeling, stop the war! Stop the feeling, stop the war! From Sudan to Palestine! From Sudan to Palestine! Occupation is a crime! Occupation is a crime! Free the people! Free the people! Free the people, free the land! 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 Cut the phone, cut the fight! Okay.
One more slower. First, teacher.
Free the people, free the land! Free the people, free the land! Cut the funds and the fight!
Cut the fun and the fight.
Biden, Biden, you can't hide!
Biden, Biden, you can hide.
Oh, sorry, I think he did. Netanyahu, you can't hide!
Netanyahu, you can hide.
You commit a genocide!
You commit genocide.
EU, you can hide!
EU, you can hide.
You're supporting genocide!
You're supporting genocide.
Worldwide, you can hide!
Worldwide, you can hide.
The whole world cannot hide!
Whole world can hide.
Because they're supporting genocide!
They're supporting genocide.
Free, free!
Palestine.
Free, free!
Palestine.
Israel, you can't hide!
Israel, you can hide.
You're committing genocide!
You're committing genocide.
America, you can hide!
America, you can hide.
You're supporting genocide!
You're supporting genocide.
No more hiding, no more fear!
No more hiding, no more fear.
What comes after that?
Genocide is crystal clear.
Genocide is crystal clear!
Genocide is crystal clear.
Free, free!
Palestine.
Free, free!
Palestine.
The last one. Okay, let's do it again. No. 1, 2, 3. Free, free!
Palestine. Palestine.
From the river to the sea!
From the sky will be free.
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free!
Palestina will be free.
From the sea to the river!
From the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever!
Palestine will live forever.
From the sea to the river!
From the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever!
Palestine will live forever.
Free, free!
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free. Palestine.
So here comes the next speaker, a Palestinian brother from Jerusalem. Give it up, please.
So I will be reading a poem that I wrote, but it's split into two parts. The first part I wrote was in 2021 when there was yet another war on Gaza. And I want you to notice how not much changed. This is not new. Did not start recently. I have my grandfather's keys. He told me that they were mine. His final wish was to not forget Palestine. Little did he know, we will be online asking you for sympathy, but only if you got the time. I've been angry ever since I seen my mom cry. They killed Al-Durra holding his son, and you want me to comply? They have stripped me of my clothes, even though I was suit and tie. They tied my hands behind my back and put a blindfold on my eye. I heard gunshots and screams, and they wanted me to walk in a straight line. You saw it on Instagram. We're asking you for sympathy, but only if you got the time. If I could go back in time, I'll tell my grandpa, don't hand me your keys, Grandpa. Your keys are too heavy. My back, it has a hunch now, or supporters, or a bunch now, Grandpa. We're begging the world to hear our screams. He told me, I beg your pardon. Everyone has to sacrifice. We just gotta do it often. If we all have to suffer for Palestine, I wonder what's my end of the bargain. They're hoping to barcode my wrist, hoping that will solve their problems, but we learned their language and they still don't hear us. I got my grandfather's keys, and I'm following his footstep. I left Palestine out of fear, knowing that it's a misstep. Grandpa, when I walk to school, I still see their wall. Maybe that's why I got a fear of heights. I say I fear no man, but I fear I might. I used to say I'm not afraid of death, until a rifle looked me in my eyes, Grandpa. But what I fear most is how we're dehumanized, Grandpa. That's part one. I wrote that in 2021. And this is my continuation for this protest I wrote. They drew lines, they color-coded our maps, they divided us into pieces, and the pieces to sections. And with the sections, they put checkpoints. They labeled their genocide as retaliation, and they built us concentration camps. But we are the loud voice of freedom, and freedom is in our hands. You saw it on Instagram, but they banned my Instagram. They banned our phrases. They banned our faces, but at least that AI picture is circulation. They labeled their genocide a retaliation, Grandpa. You heard about Deir el-Yassin on your radio. I heard you were glued to it. Now we get pictures, videos, live streams, and stories. And there is nothing that we can do to it. I still have my grandpa's keys, but I have my own story to tell. And if I don't open my grandpa's door, I know my son will. Thank you, everyone.
Chant after that. Palestine will come back, y'all. It's soon. Palestine will come back. Palestine will be free.
Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine!
مين المية للمية؟
مين المية للمية؟
فلسطين عربية!
فلسطين عربية!
مين المية للمية؟
مين المية للمية؟
فلسطين عربية!
فلسطين عربية!
Hey, hey, ho, ho!
Hey, hey, ho, ho!
Zionism has to go!
Zionism has to go!
Hey, hey, ho, ho!
Hey, hey, ho, ho!
Israel has to go!
Israel has to go!
مين المية للمية؟
مين المية للمية؟
فلسطين عربية!
فلسطين عربية!
Wait, there's another one, there's another one. Remember that was my favorite? Let me find it on the paper. You got this. You got it. بالروح! بالدم!
نفديك فلسطين
وبالروح! بالدم!
نفديك فلسطين
بالروح! بالدم! نبني فلسطين!
بالروح بالدم نفديك فلسطين
بالروح! بالدم!
نفديك فلسطين
بالروح! بالدم! نبني فلسطين!
بالروح
Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Alright, let's do a social experiment. Let's do a social experiment. So my languages is English and Arabic, right? Who knows how to chant for Palestine other languages? Hands up.
Samad Palestina!
Samad Palestina!
Samad Palestina!
Samad Palestina!
Samad Palestina!
Samad Palestina! More languages. More
Let's
languages.
go Palestine!
Go for it.
Vola Palestina!
Vola Palestina
Vola Palestina!
Vola Palestina!
Jordan Modi.
Wait a minute. Okay, we're gonna wrap this one, alright? One by one, go.
Fahad থেকে Jordan Modi.
Fahad থেকে Jordan Modi.
মুক্ত হবে প্যালেস্টাইন।
Okay, you do this, girls. You're on road. You're on road.
Fahad থেকে Jordan Modi.
Fahad থেকে
পাহাড় থেকে জর্ডান নদী মুক্ত হবে প্যালেস্টাইন।
মুক্ত হবে প্যালেস্টাইন।
পাহাড় থেকে জর্ডান নদী
Fahad থেকে Jordan Modi. I love this. Yes, continue. You know the language.
মুক্ত হবে প্যালেস্টাইন।
মুক্ত হবে প্যালেস্টাইন।
From the river to the sea,
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
What languages?
Uhuru Palestine!
Uhuru Palestine! Uhuru Palestine! Uhuru Palestine!
Uhuru Palestine! Uhuru Palestine! Uhuru Palestine!
Свобода Палестине!
Свобода Palestine!
Свобода Палестине!
Свобода Palestine!
Свобода Палестине!
Свобоda Palestine!
Ireland stands with you. Palestine. Syrsha done Palestine.
Syrsha done Palestine!
Syrsha done Palestine.
Syrsha done Palestine!
Syrsha done Palestine.
Syrsha done Palestine!
Ireland stands with you.
Misha Khalil Palestine!
Oh, guys, it's Hebrew. Come on, what's wrong with you? Hey! What is it again?
Misha Khalil Palestine!
Misha Khalil Palestine!
Misha Khalil Palestine!
Misha Khalil Palestine!
فلسطين حرة!
Palestine!
Azad Azad Palestine!
Azad Azad Palestine!
Azad Azad Palestine!
Azad Azad Palestine! Alright, free Palestine, y'all.
Come on. Yeah, what a beautiful, spontaneous example of exactly what we are talking about. That we need to be the voices of the voiceless. We need to add our own unique voice to this big choir of freedom, liberation, and justice. So we need each and every one. We need the contribution. So we are very grateful. Thank you so much. This was a beautiful moment. We can only do it together.
The people united will never be defeated!
The people united will never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated!
The people united!
Will never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated!
Yes!
Thank you. You are amazing. So, in the spirit, please listen to the next speech, which will touch on this issue. This movement is a global movement. And one very important thing in what's happening now is that the struggle for the liberation of Palestine actually kind of helps all of us see how our current world is set up. Really and truly. Like what's behind the mask? What's behind and under the masquerade? When all these so-called democracies of the West, the leading powers of our world, the examples of everyone else, the most free and democratic places in the world, how they attack violently in a very fascist manner the voices of freedom, the peaceful, non-violent protesters who are just standing up for basic human rights and being violated by their own police. The peaceful young citizens of these Western countries being violated by their own police for the interests of the oppressor. So this helps us see the reality of our world today. So please listen to Marci and Zorka, who are Hungarians but living in Holland. and has been taken part in the liberation movement very actively the past month, and they will share their views and also their experience. Give it up for Marci and Zorka.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Hi everyone. We participated in the Palestinian Liberation Encampment movement in the Netherlands against the complicity of our university and institutions in the genocide committed against the Palestinians. We thought it is important to talk about the encampment movement because it highlights clearly how our lives and actions and the institutions that we are a part of are contributing to a horrible, exploitative, genocidal, colonial part of the world. We also believe that the encampment movement showcases what is there to do besides showing solidarity from our side, from the privileged citizens of the Western world. Our experience in the Netherlands shows the conscious silencing of voices for Palestine and the burning importance of standing up and ending the vast complicity in the genocide committed against the Palestinian people. Encampments have emerged around the world in universities this spring. In May, we also reclaimed and liberated the campus of our university and renamed it after Bizan Oda, a Palestinian journalist reporting from Gaza. We put down tents and moved to the square in front of our university. We were determined to stay until our demands were met. This was made impossible by our university, who forcefully evicted us after a month with the help of police and the military. We believe that an academic institution, a place for education, cannot be part of the murder of their colleagues and the destruction of education in Gaza and the broader population. There should be no business as usual in the face of genocide. Our demands for our university are true for every other institution that is complicit in crimes of Israel. As we, the citizens of West, should have these demands for all the institutions we are part of. Disclose, comply with the freedom of information. Disclose all ties with Israeli institutions, including educational, as well as companies that profit from the settler colonial violence of Palestinians. Boycott, cease all collaborations with Israeli institutions which have been proven to be participating in the genocide, apartheid and exploitation of the Palestinian people. Divest, seize all contracts and divest from Israeli companies and international companies that profit from the exploitation and genocide of the Palestinian people and their land. Every member and staff of every institution and company is responsible to stand against the inherent complicity in genocide and ethnic cleansing. According to the journal Lancet, using conservative estimates, the number of deaths in the Gaza Strip is at least 186,000, which is 7.9% of the population in Gaza. We must refuse and resist by any means necessary to accept a world where the murder of 8% of Palestinians living in Gaza is not just accepted by our countries, institutions and politicians, but is straight out supported through trade, political and military support. Not in my name, not in our name.
Palestine is the issue. It is not a single issue. It highlights centuries of oppression, colonialism, and exploitation of people by the systems of oppression we live in and support through our acts, labor, and silence. Palestine is the issue because it highlights the hypocrisy and contradictions of long-touted concepts such as human rights and freedom of expression. Often seen as measurements of justice and democracy, these mean nothing when it comes to Palestine. There is no justice in genocide, just as there is no democracy in bombs, explosions, and murder. Europe and the West is often seen as the peak of freedom of expression, where anybody is free to express their political opinion. Again, when it comes to Palestinian liberation, suddenly this freedom disappears and is used as an oppressive tool to silence Palestinians and the people who push for the dismantling of ties with Israel and ultimately the liberation of Palestine. The very institutions and authorities who in theory are there to protect these rights of people are the very ones pushing the hardest to silence them. We experienced this on our own skin in our encampment in the city of Groningen. Through its 1 month-long duration, there were countless attempts to dissolve the camp, citing the safety of students and staff, and to deny divestment from Israeli ties because institutions want to maintain an open dialogue with all parties.
Hypocrites!
A genocide... A genocide is not an issue that has to be examined from multiple perspectives. Open dialogue is impossible to maintain when it is based on stolen land, which has been occupied increasingly in the past 76 years. From this, the question arises, what do these institutions mean by open dialogue when Palestinians are being killed in their tens of thousands? In Groningen, around the Netherlands and around the world, police brutality, state bureaucracy and the myth of free speech is used to silence protesters and opinions calling for Palestinian liberation, to protect everyone except for those who need the protection the most. In our case, using batons, attack dogs and riot police to beat people into submission. My comrades were beaten unconscious, arrested for days with their basic rights, such as the right for a lawyer being denied, just because we demanded an end to settler colonialism, apartheid and genocide.
University of Genocide!
University of Genocide! It shows the true colors of states and authorities where freedom of speech only extends until one questions current affairs, the status quo. The Netherlands, along with Hungary, the US, and many others go to unimaginable lengths to suppress especially Palestinian voices and their supporters through guns, rape, and violence on the ground in Palestine and all the legal and illegal tools they have in their inventory elsewhere. Anti-Zionism is not anti-Semitism, no matter who says it. They demonstrate their hypocrisy, internalized racism, superiority, and bloodlust because they see that the Palestinian issue intersects with centuries of exploitation, oppression, and colonialism of indigenous people, minorities, and anyone who dares to stand for the right cause. One thing echoes through every environment I have interacted with regarding this movement. That is the willingness to face, first and foremost, our own internalized systems of oppression and to stand up to injustice and persist in face of uneven odds. More oppression only breeds more resistance. Resistance is justified when people are occupied.
Let's go!
When the people are occupied! Resistance is justified! Resistance is justified! When people are occupied! Free, free! Free, free!
Palestine! Free, free! Palestine!
We should never back down for a free Palestine within our lifetime, because no one is free until Palestine is free. Thank you.
Let's try to make fun of me, okay? Try to imitate me. I'll approve it now only, huh? Okay. Let's. How do I do it? Okay, show me. Yeah, again. The people united will never be defeated. No, the passion. Again. The people united will never be defeated. 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 Nice.
Thank you, köszönjük szépen. Most pedig következik még egy zene, és az utána következő beszéd az magyarul lesz. Valaki mondta, hogy túl sokat beszélünk angolul. We try and speak in English and Hungarian as well. Minél többet. Azt szeretnénk, hogy minél többen megértsétek. Majd vissza lehet nézni utána a livestreamet és lefordítani mindenkinek magának. De most akkor még a következő magyar nyelvű beszéd előtt fogadjátok szeretettel kiváló énekes jó barátomat, Harun Ayaz. Harun Ayaz, sing a song of freedom.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, say free, free Palestine, Lord. Say free, free Palestine, yeah. Cause it's insane and inhumane. See what's happening in Palestine today. People being brutalized and displaced. It's insane and inhumane, and it's been going on for decades. Without rights or independence, the youths are getting militant, yeah. No freedom of movement or human rights. They're segregated, living below the poverty line. And now they're facing genocide. I say, the government of Israel is guilty for killing innocent men, women and children because of their faith and ethnicity. Yes, it's insane and inhumane. See what's happening down there in Palestine today. People being brutalized and displaced. It's insane and inhumane, and it's been going on for decades. Without rights or independence, the youths are getting militant, yeah. Say Jews, Christians and Muslims all share the roots of Abraham. Still they keep fighting over what Jah gave to everyone. Whoa. They must understand that life is more sacred than land. Don't follow terrorists and don't follow racists. I tell you, it's insane and inhumane. See what's going on in Palestine today. People being brutalized and displaced. It's insane and inhumane, and it's been going on for decades. Without rights or independence, the youths are getting militant. Whoa. I mean, say free, free Palestine. Say Palestine. Say free, free Palestine. Whoa, whoa. Yeah. Cause it's insane and inhumane. See what's going on in Palestine today. People being brutalized and displaced. It's insane and inhumane, and it's been going on for decades. Without rights or independence, the youths are getting militant. Without no rights or independence, the youths are getting militant. So me a chanting at the street, me a chanting at the dance, cause peace, love and equality is what time I want. Me chanting at the streets, yes, me chanting at the dance. Militant. Yeah. Seen, boom, hey. It's insane and inhumane. See what's going on in Palestine today. No people being brutalized and displaced. I mean, say free, free. Free, free. Free, free. Yes, I really and truly. No thanks and appreciation.
The people united will never be defeated. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine.
Szóval a következő beszéd magyarul lesz. Hallgassatok sok szeretettel Jászmint, aki félig palesztin, félig magyar, és magyarul fog nektek beszélni.
Megbukott az emberiség. Kudarcot vallott az emberiség, amikor támogatta a rabszolgatartást és a rabszolgakereskedelmet. Kudarcot vallott az emberiség, amikor szó nélkül nézte végig a holokauszt és a dél-afrikai apartheid végbemenetelét, és az emberiség ismét megbukott. A történelem során csak akkor kaptunk észhez, amikor már túl késő volt. A holokauszt ellen csak akkor léptek fel, amikor már több mint 5 millió ártatlan ember esett az etnikai pusztítás áldozatává. Aki nem tanul a történelemből, az örökre annak ismétlésére kárhozatot. A történelem megismétli önmagát, hiszen ma is szemtanúi lehetünk annak, ahogy az emberiség ismét megbukik. Ahogy bekötött szemmel nézi végig a 2 millió palesztin él a világ legnagyobb területű börtönében, a jelenleg is ostromat álló gázai övezetben. Szó nélkül hagyják, hogy Izrael sembe véve az alapvető emberi jogokat, lekapcsolják az áramot, a vizet, ellehetetleníti az élelmiszer, üzemanyag bejutását és az orvosi ellátást, ezzel teljesen megbénítva a gázai övezetet. Az erőforrások miatt már nem tudják ellátni a kórházakat árammal, és nem tudják kezelni a több mint 90 000 sebesültet, és a több mint 40 000 meggyilkolt palesztint az amúgy is túlterhelt kórházakban. Az emberiség ismét megbukott. Kudarcot vallott, ahogy tétlenül nézte az elmúlt 76 év megszállását, agressziót, diszkriminációt, az elnyomás és a folytonos megfélemlítést. Csendben nézzük csak nem a 20 éve tartó folyamatos gázai ostromot. 76 éve tartó népirtásnak vagyunk tanúi, de a világ ismét csak csendben figyel. Miért várunk arra, hogy ismét túl késő legyen? Miért nem tudunk időben cselekedni és megelőzni ezt a tragédiát? Miért nézzük csendben több százezer ártatlan civil halálát? Miért kell napról napra több száz gyermeknek, csecsemőnek, családnak meghalnia? Miért nem változtatunk a szomorú valóságon, és mondunk nemet a palesztin népirtásnak? Hány gyermeknek kell még szülő nélkül felnőnie? Hány anyának kell még eltemetnie a saját gyermekét? Hány iskolának, templomnak, mecsetnek és világörökségnek kell még romba dőlnie? Hány emberi életet kell még követelni ennek a népirtásnak, hogy az emberek végre észrevegyék azt az igazságtalanságot, amit nap mint nap a palesztin emberek ellen elkövetnek? Palesztinában azt mondják, hogy anyuka kétszer hordja gyermekét. Egyszer a méhében, másodszor a koporsóban. Gáza limitált erőforrásai a végéhez közelednek. Izrael 2 millió ártatlan embert éheztet halálra, és a világ ismét nem tesz semmit. 2024-ben senkinek sem kéne az alapvető emberi jogaiért harcolnia, de a világ mégis megfosztotta tőle a palesztinokat. Mint a tiszta vízhez való jog, áram, élelmiszer, gyógyszerek, szabad mozgásjogát és az alapvető szellemi békéjétől, hogy egy olyan életet tudjon élni, ahol nem kell attól tartania, hogy egy rakétatámadás bármikor elveheti tőle Istentől kapott ajándékát, az életét. Itt az idő, hogy a világ nemet mondjon és felszólaljon a megszállás, elnyomás, a népírtás ellen, miatt a palesztinokból csak egy fejezet marad fenn a történelem könyvekben. Köszönöm a figyelmet!
Zionism fights human rights! Zionism fights human rights! Zionism fights human rights! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! بنروح بالدم بديك يا فلسطين! بنروح بالدم بديك يا فلسطين! بنروح بالدم بديك يا فلسطين! صرخ صرخ وعلي الصوت! صرخ صرخ وعلي الصوت! اللي بيهتف ما بيموت! اللي بيهتف ما بيموت! صرخ صرخ وعلي الصوت! صرخ صرخ وعلي الصوت! واللي بيهتف ما بيموت! واللي بيهتف ما بيموت! Free free Palestine! Free free Palestine!
Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Down, down the occupation!
Down, down the occupation!
Up, up with liberation!
Up, up with liberation!
Down, down with occupation!
Down, down with occupation!
Up with liberation!
Up with liberation!
Hi everybody, hi sweet people. I'm a queer and I'm speaking on behalf of Queers for Liberation Budapest. Queer, migrant-led, anti-capitalist, anti-fascist, anti-colonial community where we promote ideas of collective liberation. Here's our statement and I will make it short. No queer liberation can be achieved alongside settler colonization. No queer solidarity can be fostered if it stands blind to the racialized, capitalist, fascist and imperial structures that dominate us. In a country that seeks to vilify those demanding change, we proudly stand against all forms of oppression and declare, none of us are free until all of us are free. We are here in solidarity with people, queer people in Palestine who are denied their basic rights to shelter, water, food and survival. We refuse the instrumentalization of our queerness, our bodies, and the violence we face as queer people to demonize and dehumanize our communities, especially in service of imperial and genocidal acts. We are here against colonial capitalism, which continues to perpetrate genocides under the guise of democracy for profit. We denounce pinkwashing and refuse to let our queerness be used as instruments of colonialist rule, not in our names. We are here for our right to exist and resist here in Hungary, in Palestine, and around the world. So, in this essence, I declare to all queers here, resist colonialism, resist capitalism, resist genocide, resist Zionism, resist imperialism, resist pinkwashing, and be queer, be loud, and be present. Thank you so much for showing up.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Do you think my voice is higher this way or this way? Okay. Alright guys, this is an old folklore Palestinian song. All you need to do is repeat after me. Hey, hey, ya Palestine. Hey, hey, ya Palestine. Perfect. One voice, one people, one nation, one land. Hey, hey, ya Palestine. Hey, hey, ya Palestine. Okay, ready? Yeah. أذكر رمح بعود الزين. Hey, hey, ya Palestine. وانتو يا نشا منين. Hey, hey, ya Palestine. واحنا شبابك فلسطين. Hey, hey, ya Palestine. والنعم والنعمتين. Hey, hey, ya Palestine. واطلع يا قمرنا وهل
يا فلسطين
وضوي الكرة الأرضية
يا فلسطين
ما خلقنا تنعيش بذل
يا فلسطين
وخلقنا نعيش بحرية
يا فلسطين
وحرية حرية
يا فلسطين
وكف بكف بإيد بإيد
يا فلسطين
على أرض أمام عن أراضينا ما منجي
يا فلسطين
وفلسطين عربية
يا فلسطين
وفلسطين عربية
يا فلسطين
وفلسطين عربية
يا فلسطين
من المية للمية
يا فلسطين
وفلسطين عربية
يا فلسطين
ومن المية للمية
يا فلسطين
ودق الربع بعود الزيت
يا فلسطين
وانتو يا ناس يا ممدان
يا فلسطين
نحن شبابك فلسطين
يا فلسطين
واللي عبدان
يا فلسطين
فلسطين
يا فلسطين
يا فلسطين
يا فلسطين
واطلع يا قمرنا وهل
يا فلسطين
وضوي الكرة الأرضية
يا فلسطين
ما خلقنا تنعيش بذل
يا فلسطين
خلقنا نعيش بحرية
يا فلسطين
Let me tell you what this means. We were not created to live in humiliation, but to live in freedom. Let me read it in English. Strike the spear with the rod of beauty. And where are you, my brave soldiers? We're your young people, Palestine. And the blessings, oh, the blessings. Rise, our moon, and enlighten, and eliminate the growth. We were not created to live in humiliation, but to live in freedom. Yes, Palestine. Hand in hand, arm in arm. We will not abandon our land. Palestine is Arab. From the river to the sea. Palestine is Arab. Hey, hey, ya Palestine.
يا فلسطين
Thank you.
So, yes, we are mourning all those victims, but we are celebrating that Palestine lives. Still after 75 plus years of occupation and genocide, Palestine lives. So we celebrate in life here. So, one more song, accompanied by Marzi, and feel free to celebrate life with the music. Let's go.
فلسطين تاج على الراس في العين وفي قلوب الناس.
When we have technical issues, this is what we do, okay? وذكر رمح بعود الزين لك وانتو يا ناس يا ممنون. ذكر رمح بعود ما خلقنا نعيش بذل، وخلقنا نعيش بحرية. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Repeat after me. Free the people, free the land! Free the people, free the land! Solid feet, bloody hands! Okay, let's stop again. Yalla, yalla, let's do this again. Alright. Behind me, people. It's right, yeah. Free the people, free the land! Free the people, free the land! Silence means bloody hands! Silence means bloody hands! Silence means bloody hands! Silence means bloody hands! Repeat. Free the people, free the land! Free the people, free the land! Silence means bloody hands! Silence means bloody hands! From Hawaii to Congo! From Hawaii to Congo! Thank you for apologizing. Thank you. Okay, again. From Hawaii to Congo! From Hawaii to Congo! Empire has to go! Empire has to go! From Hawaii to Congo! From Hawaii to Congo! Empire has to go! Empire has to go! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Gaza will be free! Gaza will be free! Palestine! 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 Congo! Congo! Sudan! Sudan! Hawaii! 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 Free! Free! Palestine! Free! Free! Palestine!
فلسطين تاج عالراس في العين وفي قلوب الناس، عشق المجروح جوا الروح حماها الله. وانا مهما رحت ولفيت زي حضنك والله ما لقيت، كل واحد شافك سمى وقال ما شاء الله. عشق المجروح جوا الروح حماها الله. وانا مهما رحت ولفيت زي حضنك والله ما لقيت، ما شاء الله.
خاشم سمع
Thank you. So the next speaker is AJ. He's again a Palestinian Hungarian, and he is an active member of the Palestinian youth movement in San Francisco. Just to show you how global this beautiful liberation movement is. So give it up for AJ.
On this day of Shabbat, I reflect on my experiences as a Palestinian Hungarian of Jewish heritage who lived in this country as a school and university student and sought to organize around Palestinian communities residing in Hungary throughout the current ruling government Fidesz's years. It was shocking to witness how the government, in its increasingly neo-fascist tendencies over the past 14 years, has systematically suppressed organized assembly under the guise of combating anti-Semitism. This is the same government that launched a vehement hate campaign against the key opposition figure, the Jewish Hungarian philanthropist George Soros, while consistently attacking the rights of freedom of speech and education with several of their MPs and high-profile politicians using deeply anti-Semitic discourses during the 2018 elections. Now, living in the United States, I see the parallels in the state's orchestration and funding of ongoing atrocities in Gaza and the West Bank, all while clocking its actions in the language of security and defense. The responsibility for the ongoing genocide cannot be ignored, and it is deeply troubling to witness how these policies are justified on both sides of the Atlantic. As we call for a ceasefire, or even the right to call for a ceasefire, ironically, it is clear that the majority, including many Jews, yearn for the liberation of Palestinians and reject the co-optation of Jewish identity to justify violence against them. These past 9 months of genocide in Gaza and the continuous displacement of people and dispossession of land in the West Bank are not happening in a vacuum. These phenomena are the continuation of an almost century of settler colonialism, military violence, ethnic cleansing, and warfare, fueled by the propaganda, complicity, and silencing tactics of the institutions that stand in the way in our demand for a ceasefire, and the end of the apartheid regime, and granting all Palestinian diasporas, whether in surrounding refugee camps or around the globe, the right for return. For let us remember that the historical establishment of Israel in 1948 was not a religious, but a political project, intertwined with the specific vision that my maternal grandparents, Dula and Jujana Altringer, joined out of desperation to flee persecution in Europe. It is intellectually dishonest to portray Israel as the only democracy in the Middle East while overlooking its long history of subjugation and oppression of minority, as well as the active silencing of non-Jewish anti-Zionist voices. As the Jewish son of displaced Palestinian Arabs and displaced Hungarian Jews, I reject the co-optation of Jewish values to erase the crimes of a settler colonial state. The conflation of Jewish religion and diverse traditions worldwide to justify violence against Palestinians is both unrealistic and morally unacceptable. To add insult to injury, it is demeaning that the Palestinian Arab part of my identity cannot ever stand for itself in accounts of the historical and political outcomes of Zionism. So much contemporary US and Hungarian discourse around who can legitimately speak on the violence of the Zionist project that this country, that the US and Hungary stands against, hinges on prison political identification with a traumatized past. And that prompts the question, who is considered the real authority on the future of Jewish sovereignty beyond the confines of ethno-nationalism? By fighting the co-optation of my Jewish identity and refusing to be silenced by the Fidesz's government and Orbán, Netanyahu's proclaimed good friend, I strive to honor the memory of my maternal Jewish forebears and their vision for liberation. It is insulting to their memory and the anti-Semitism that they faced and the multiple positions that I hold that I have to wield this Jewishness as the only rhetorical device that would grant me a seat at the table that would be automatically denied for me being the son of a Palestinian Arab father as well. Any and all Jewish voices seem to be constructed as authorities on the necessity of the violence that sustains the Zionist project. But no Palestinian voice ever seems to be considered an admissible perspective on this violence. Once we understand that the institutional suppression of free speech goes hand in hand with the strategic Zionist co-optation of particular narratives and voices, we are not only able to make sense of attacks on anti-Zionist student advocacy within educational organizations aligned with state military interests. We are also able to connect these dynamics to the tactics employed by Israel in its violent actions in Gaza, which have included a genocidal onslaught against educational infrastructure itself. Since the initiation of hostilities marked by the declaration of, in quotes, opening the gates of hell on Gaza, as said verbatim by the Israeli military leader Yoav Gallant, approximately 200 schools and 11 universities have been bombed by Israel. This deliberate destruction and obliteration of higher education caused extensive losses across generations of students and educators. The gravity of these actions extend beyond mere conflict, raising serious ethical concerns about the Zionist project's attempt to deprive a people of their cultural sovereignty. Anyone with any political and historical understanding of the Holocaust may find these actions disturbingly analogous to those of the Nazi regime's destruction of Jewish heritage and knowledge in Europe. Leaders trying to maintain their legitimacy in these re-election cycles claim that ceasefire resolutions are divisive. But what is truly divisive is any analytical framework that fails to acknowledge these glaring similarities across historical contexts of oppression, racism, and ethnic cleansing, whether in Europe or in Palestine. This irony becomes most evident when institutions that proclaim dedication to free speech, liberty, and justice, such as universities across the United States and Europe, double down on their complicity with imperial violence, positioning themselves as agents of capitalist state violence that is in the process of committing unspeakable crimes, going against the spirit of the very educational mission these universities claim to promote. In the face of the ongoing violence, silencing, and destruction of knowledge in educational institutions, we, both Palestinian and Jewish organizers, are tasked with responding with nothing less than the truth. And the truth is, safety for Jewish people does not lie in the perpetuation of a settler, colonial, ethno-state. This is a truth that has been understood throughout history by Jewish anti-Zionists, such as my maternal grandparents, who faced repression within Israel due to their values and political commitments. To call for a ceasefire today is not to divide, but to unite both Jewish and Palestinian voices as we honor this long tradition that says never again means never again for anyone. Thus, we stand here to say that we fundamentally reject the notion that one must conform to a singular narrative to speak on matters of liberation and sovereignty. We reject the false image of a militarized society as the only representation of Judaism. We reject the Israeli government's weaponization of Judaism to justify ethnic cleansing and colonialism. And we refuse to remain silent. Our commitment to justice, equality, and knowledge extends beyond the walls of our institution. Our demand is a permanent ceasefire, and our collective push will continue until that is achieved. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
You're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. So right now, I don't want to waste time, and let me introduce another very good friend of mine, who actually is a world-known, internationally touring artist, singer, musician, and he is here in Budapest only for one day because tonight he has a show somewhere in Budapest. When I told him that we are doing a stand for Palestine today, immediately he said he wants to be here and wants to contribute, wants to sing one song, even if it's very uncomfortable with his schedule over there. So he's right here to sing one song for us, and his name is DubFX. Give it up!
Thank you, G-Res. So yeah, my name is Ben, aka DubFX. I've been traveling around the world for years making music on the street, and my music has always been about self-empowerment and political stuff. And so there's a few things I want to say before I sing a song, and that is that I come from Australia, where there are indigenous people there who have also been oppressed for hundreds of years as well, colonized in their minds. And so it's disgusting, and it reflects the same kind of behavior that we're seeing in Palestine right now. And there are many ways that we can stand in solidarity against indigenous oppressed people around the world. And one is to keep talking about it always. And don't forget what has happened. Keep reminding people it's still happening, because the powers that be rely on us forgetting about it and moving on with our lives. And we will not forget about it. We also need to show our support with for these oppressed people continually, so that they don't lose hope that the world has forgotten about them. And if we aren't careful, every moment of our day is now spent hypnotized by our phones and our own individual struggles. But these struggles don't come close to what these people are going through. And if we don't stand up for them, the oppressors have won by turning us into sociopaths. I feel like it's happening. And Tony's, yeah, sorry, I never speak like this ever. So if we don't have empathy for these people, then we lose our dignity, and that's the most important thing. We need to keep our dignity for ourselves just as much as we need it for the oppressed people. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, so let's run the track. Let the music speak for itself. All right. Oh yeah. See, we be calling to other people who be walking. From Babylon we know it's falling. The writing's on the wall, the system will fall. I'm walking around in circles, one leg shorter than the other. I'm finding the time to know what's mine. Be next to my lover while opening up the minds of people posing undercover. By the truth, waking up youth, so many things we need to uncover. I'm a calling to the children, to my sisters and my brothers. Why we wasting time listening to all the lies the media ushers? Why? We know they lie, we know they lie. Again, we know they lie, we know they lie. See, we be calling to all the people who be walking. From Babylon we know it's falling. The writing's on the wall, the system will fall. By the normalization that we face and now we're complacent. The rise of globalization, this inflation is so blatant. It's time we improvise, change the system and replace it. We know we can synchronize, just be wise and embrace it. The mind can liberalize, hypnotize and erase it. We know we can mobilize from the system that is taken. We know they lie, we know they lie. Sing with me, we know they lie, we know they lie. See, we be calling to all the people who be walking. From Babylon we know it's falling. The writing's on the wall, the system will fall. Again we be calling to all the people who be walking. From Babylon we know it's falling. The writing's on the wall, the system will fall. Fall down, down, down. Big up people of Palestine, stand in solidarity. Thank you so much. Big up, big up. Shannon. Boom. Thank you.
DubFX,
Yalla. So, please give it up for Abdullah from Gaza.
Today, I speak in English, not to appeal to the West, not to seek their understanding, but to communicate with our comrades, our brothers and sisters from the global South. The language, once the tool of the colonizer, now becomes a weapon in our hands, a weapon of truth, solidarity, of defiance. More than 300 days of relentless genocide in Gaza. A genocide watched by the whole world that claims to stand for justice, yet does nothing. Gaza has unmasked the West for what it truly is. Not just a collection of criminal states, but a civilization built on the bones of the oppressed. Europe, America with a triple K, the so-called pillars of freedom and democracy are nothing more than empires of hypocrisy rotting from within. They dare to call us children of darkness. Yeah, they called us children of darkness. But it is they who dwell in true darkness, the darkness of moral decay, the darkness of a soul lost to greed and hatred. We, the children of Gaza, the children of Palestine, do not embody darkness. We are the shadows that haunts their dreams. We are the reflection of the crimes they wish to deny. They fear us because we're living memory of their sins, the reminder that their empire were built on the blood of our ancestors. White ignorance is not lack of knowledge. Again, white ignorance is not lack of knowledge. It is a choice, a deliberate refusal to see the humanity in those they oppress. It is the same choice made by those who turned their backs on the suffering Jews in Europe, the same choice made by those who stood silenced as the apartheid reigned in Gaza and in South Africa. And today, it is a choice made by those who fund, arm, and feed and shield the genocidal regime of Israel. The United fucking States. The United States is shielding the genocidal state of Israel. The self-proclaimed leader of the free world stands as the chief architect of the horror, providing the weapons, the money, the political cover for every atrocity committed against the Palestinian people. Remember what they said when they bombed Al-Shifa hospital. We stand here today in Budapest, a city that has chosen to stand with the oppressor. To the Hungarian people I say, your silence is not neutrality, it is complicity. It is the silence that allowed the ovens of Auschwitz to burn, the silence that let the rivers of Rwanda run red. It is the silence that kills as surely as any bullet or bomb. You cannot claim ignorance. You cannot claim innocence. Your silence is a choice. A choice stands with the forces of oppression, colonization, and genocide. And to those who believe that the Zionist entity will stop its campaign of terror when they get back their captives, I say that you are delusional. The goal has always been the complete eradication of the Palestinian people, the ethnic cleansing of Gaza. the West Bank, Jerusalem. They speak of a violent solution. They, the genocidal regime in Israel. They speak about the final solution of a second Nakba, and they will not rest until every Palestinian is erased from earth. This is not a conflict, it's extermination. Do not let any Western liberal lecture you on human rights, morality, peace, anything, name it. These are the same people who stood by as entire continents were plundered, who looked away as millions were enslaved, who profited from war, every act of aggression. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, the greatest purveyor of violence in the world today is my own government. That government now is funding the destruction of Gaza, the murder of children, the obliteration of an entire people. But this is not just about Gaza. This is about every corner in the world where the forces of the empire have left their mark. Look at the democratic state of Republic of Congo, where the plunder of resources fuels a conflict that claimed millions of lives. The minerals that power your smartphones, your electric cars, these are soaked in the blood of the Congolese people. Yet, where is the outrage? Where is the sanction? The world looks away because the victims are not white, because the profits are too great, because the suffering of black and brown bodies has always been the currency of Western power. And in the UK, we see the empire's legacy alive and well, as refugees and immigrants are demonized, as fascism and racism are wielded like weapons against the people who stood with Gaza against their government complicity. The streets of London, Birmingham, Manchester, they echo the violence of the Nazi white empire. We stand with our Muslim sisters and brothers in the UK as they're fighting the fascist Nazi whiteys over there. But hear me now and hear me well. We will return. And our return will be so powerful, so earth-shattering. It will upend the very foundation of this world. As Nelson Mandela said, it always seems impossible until it's done. The future is ours. Gaza is the future. Gaza is not just a place. It's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. The symbol of our unbreakable will, our enduring hope. It is the heart that beats for all oppressed people, the light that refuses to be extinguished. Gaza is our inspiration, our compass, our guiding star in this fight against evil. Gaza is our hope, not just for Palestine, but for all who suffer under the yoke of imperialism, the very survival of our planet. Gaza and Europe, Gaza and the USA, these are not just opposing forces. They are the battle lines of a global war for freedom, for decolonization, for the future of humanity. It is Gaza against the empire, Gaza against the war of oppressors. And let it be clear, we must be unified as oppressed people. Our struggles are interconnected. And our strength lies in our unity. The powers that seek to destroy us thrive on our division, on our isolation. They feel a world where the oppressed stand together, where we share our knowledge, our resources, our hope. We must unite across the borders, across the oceans, across every line they have drawn to divide us. We must take action, direct action, collective action to dismantle the system that oppresses us. We cannot wait for a savior from the West. We must be our own liberators. And mark my words. What began in Gaza will not end there. The struggle against colonialism, against genocide, will sweep across the globe until the last vestiges of the empire are destroyed. From Gaza to Sudan, from the refugee camps of Palestine to the streets of Ferguson, we fight as one. What started in Gaza will end in the Turtle Island. Gaza is free and fighting for the liberation of Palestine. And when that day comes, the whole world will finally know what it means to be free. Thank you.
Okay, repeat after me. There is not. Okay, I like to make you laugh. Okay. There's no two sides for genocide.
There is no two sides for genocide.
Okay, we rap it again. Let's go. There is no two sides for genocide. There's no two sides for genocide.
There's no two sides for genocide.
Free
Palestine.
Free
Palestine.
Silence means bloody hands.
Silence means bloody hands.
Silence means bloody hands.
Silence means bloody hands.
Free the people, free the land.
Free the people, free the land.
Free
Palestine.
Free
Palestine.
Free Gaza now.
Free Gaza now.
Free Sudan now.
Free Sudan now.
Free Congo now.
Free Congo now.
Free West Bank now.
Free West Bank now.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine is against the entire world from the blindfold of
Give it up again for Afnan, for their never cooling fire. And one more time for my friend Harun Ayaz. He's gonna sing one more fitting song. Give it up.
Oh, yeah. This tune is entitled Equal Rights and Justice, for it must stand for one and all people on this land. Do you understand? Equal rights and justice must stand for all. Say equal rights and justice must stand for all. Hey. This is not the time to discriminate. This is not no time for ignorance and hate. Right now we got to stand up in unison against the powers of oppression. I say your class, your color, your faith, your gender shouldn't make your life any harder. This man and that man is the same man. It's time we all understand that equal rights and justice must stand for all. Say equal rights and justice must stand for all. Hey. Yeah, Yes, it a fi stand for every woman and man in every continent and nation. Whoa, yeah. Look around the world and see what's happening. I can feel the tension rising. There's so much division and partiality on this here land. Warmongers, dictators, arms dealers and hypocrites are ruling our nations, and we've had enough of it. Right wing and left wing do the same thing, dividing and conquering. But equal rights and justice, it must stand for all. Equal rights and justice must stand for all. I say equal rights and justice, yes, it must stand for all. Equal rights and justice must stand for all, yeah. This is not the time for bombs and ammunition. Right now is the time to sit down and reason. It's the only way of finding a solution. War will only cause more destruction. Yes, they exiled Selassie I, they crucified Christ, exiled Garvey and shot Martin Luther King. Because the wicked them a fight, the ones who stand for equal rights. Yes, equal rights and justice must stand for all. Say equal rights and justice, I know it must stand for all. I say equal rights and justice, yes, it must stand for all. I tell you, equal rights and justice, whoa, must stand for all. Yes, people, equal rights and justice for one and all people in these times.
Equal rights and justice for all. Alright, guys, we started this with very high spirits. I don't know what you're expecting, like doing a march around the neighborhood. We can, but not now, okay? So, I love the spirit that we started with, because I saw the people united. Right now I'm seeing people there, playing football. I think if Gaza has been under fire since 7th October, I think we can stand in our places for 3 hours for respect. Don't you think that? Yeah. Don't you think that? Yeah. I mean, thank you for agreeing. I just don't see the movement happening. Let's go! I don't see the movement happening, y'all. Come together! That means come here!
Gyertek közelebb egy kicsit, ezt mondja Afnan, gyertek nyugodtan közelebb. Quality over quantity. Minőség a mennyiség felett. Ugyebár már angolul ez jobban hangzik.
Palestine! Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the sea to the river, Palestine will live forever!
From the sea to the river, Palestine will live forever!
Free the land, free the people!
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 Silence means bloody hands!
Silence means bloody hands!
Thank you, Hungary! Thank you, Hungary!
Köszönjük szépen!
We've been waiting for this moment! Since October! Thank you, Hungary! Alright, let's do this!
And also, thank you for your endurance, your stamina. It's really great that you are staying with us. You're still here. But remember, the people of Palestine have been surviving genocide for 76 plus years. So it's not some extra special something from us that we are standing. That is the minimum. That is the least. That is our duty and responsibility to stand with the people of Palestine and all oppressed people of this world.
Thank you!
ennek a gondolatnak a jegyében, akkor most még egy rövid beszéd magyarul, méghozzá valakitől, akinek nem magyar az anyanyelve. Csapatok hatalmas zajt, fájznak!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. This next speech will be in Hungarian. I have put a little bit of effort to do this, so hopefully it will go well. Hölgyeim és uraim! Én mint egy palesztin fiatal, aki 4 év Magyarországon él. Meg tudom érteni a magyar embereket és az ő helyzetüket, a kihívás ajkat és a történelmüket. Megtanultam a magyar barátaimtól és testvéreimtől azokat az ösztönöket és az önrendelkezésük iránti késztetéseket. A magyarok minden kiálltak a jogaikért, és ez egy értelműen a palesztin önrendelkezés és a megszállás elleni harc ügyet képviseli. Az 1848-as és az 1956-as forradalom tisztán látható okat ad a magyar állampolgári jogokért és az önrendelkezésért. Ahogy a magyar állam polgárokat a birodalmi írok elnyomták, és az elnyomás elleni felelás mellett döntöttek. A palesztinok úgy döntöttek, hogy kiállnak a jogaik mellett.
Szabad Palesztina!
Szabad
Palesztina!
Szabad Palesztina! Szabad Palesztina! Szabad Palesztina!
És ezt mai napig így teszik. Miközben az imperialisták kivégezték a forradalmi vezérjéket. A palesztinok ugyan ezzel néznek szembe Izrael megszállása alatt. Megkerült a magyar testvérinket, hogy álljanak mellettünk a forradalmunkban, és támogassanak a cionista elnyomás és az izraeli megszállások ellen. Köszönjük szépen! Köszönjük! A quick translation for the people here that probably did not understand everything. We also believe that the Hungarian people believe in self-determination. They have also stood for their own rights more than once in the past 200 years. And their stance for their civil rights against oppression and against occupation is what the Palestinian people are doing today. And we believe that the Hungarians will understand when we try to express our issues and what we're standing for and for our civil rights. And therefore, I hope this is fertile ground to build better, let's say, initiatives moving ahead. And thank you very much.
Guys, it's fun to play with you. Alright, next up, we have Iman.
You got it. You got it, girlie.
Hello everyone, I'm Salma and this is Amal, my best friend. And thank you so much. We're going to be interpreting a song that's called Shayyid Qusurak, which is by Sheikh Imam, who's a symbol of Egyptian revolution and resistance. So thank you. شيد قصورك على المزارع من كدينا وعمل ايدينا شيد قصورك على المزارع من كدينا وعمل ايدينا والخمارات جنب المصانع والسجن مطرح الجنينة والخمارات جنب المصانع والسجن مطرح الجنينة ويطلق كلابك في الشوارع واقفل زنازلك علينا واقفل كلابك في الشوارع واقفل زنازلك علينا واللي نمنا في المضاجع احنا نمنا ما اشتهينا واللي نمنا في المضاجع احنا نمنا ما اشتهينا واتقال علينا بالمواجع احنا اتوجعنا واتنفينا واتقال علينا بالمواجع احنا اتوجعنا واتنفينا وعرفنا من سبب جراحنا وعرفنا رحنا والتقينا وعرفنا من سبب جراحنا وعرفنا رحنا والتقينا عمال وفلاحين وطلبة دقت ساعتنا وابتدينا عمال وفلاحين وطلبة دقت ساعتنا وابتدينا نسلك طريق ملوش راجع والنصر قرب من عينينا نسلك طريق ملوش راجع والنصر قرب من عينينا نسلك طريق ملوش راجع والنصر قرب من عينينا النصر قرب من عينينا النصر قرب من عينينا Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
She's too humble. She just want to start it, but I need to introduce her because now you're gonna hear a different energy of Afnan. She is giving the fire for this protest. And now, hold on. And now she's gonna read slam poetry.
Testing. Oh, good. All right, this is the first time I do this, right? This is from my friend, Iman Khassaouna. And Iman, she is a Palestinian who is residing right now in the Netherlands. She is an activist. She is my inspiration. She is a strong woman with big vocals, all right? And of course you don't know Iman, but you're gonna know Iman right now. It's called In Gaza, Where Olive Trees Weep. Whoa! I was gonna stand here and talk to the people of Hungary who are still silent, but I thought, what for? It's hopeless. They know and they don't care. They try to silence us and they try to scare and make Europeans think that outside Europe humanity is rare. They only give their opinions and dare to define and assign labels that aim only to undermine our suffering, to keep their ignorance about an occupied population, then genocided and in decline. So what for? What more? They still call this a war, as our children's bodies hang shred to pieces on doors, as our martyrs lay for weeks decomposing on the floor. So what for? They don't bother to know or investigate. They just take what their corrupt, lobbied governments feed them as bait, as if they've never made a mistake. We know about Wim Kok's government and their fate. They'll find out eventually when it's too late. So what for? They think we stand here for fun. 10 months. 76 years since this has begun. They took the truth and spun it around. They took the truth and spun it around while we get their bombs falling on us, each weighing 2 tons. So what the fuck for? They learned about history, watched documentaries before they ignored our screams, trying to wake them up from their fake dreams as we turn into numbers on their screens. Once again, and after 80 years, normalizing these scenes. So what for? When they have to say that the ICJ that sat in The Hague just a while back announced that Israel has been, and for 76 years, an apartheid state, and they convicted it with genocide, and the European government supported and supplied. And we still have to say that the West does not have the right to decide who lives and who dies. Of course, it's Palestine. We have to sing and speak and rhyme to get some of their attention and time, to let them know that they're complicit in yet another genocide, thinking that they're better than us, complaining about our protests and our kind, pretending that they're woke, but they have no clue that they're just very, very blind. But it's fine. Really, it's fine. Because I just want to talk about Palestine. An undeniable reality from the river to the sea, whether they like it or disagree, it's a guarantee that she will be free. Palestine! Oh, my dear Palestine. Ya Rabbi, Palestine. Palestine is where the olive trees weep, where children don't sleep. It's where men are born and children are torn. It's when the olive trees carry body parts instead of fruits. And right under them lies the planet's soul and heart. In Gaza is where the children scream and adults have dreams of a ceasefire. In Gaza is where the skies rain but the streets remain bloodstained. In Gaza is where the dead survived and the ones who still alive are the ones deprived. In Gaza is where they make meals of grass and remain steadfast as the days continue to pass. Every person they kill is another heartbreak. But in Gaza, they stand resilient because Palestine is at stake. Every person they kill is another heartbreak. But in Gaza, they start resilient because Palestinians at stake. In Gaza, it's where the nurse and the doctor are mistaken for her armed protector. In Gaza, detainees get out of prison, humiliated, but come out stronger. And with their humanity, our hearts they conquer. In Gaza, we're a 16-year blockade and the multiple attempts to invade. With every airstrike and raid, it's still when women are men and men are made. Bravery with every martyr laid, from its journalists to its doctors to its brigades. Their humanity is so endless, we all live under its shade, and they only get stronger as this genocide cascades. TikTok in Gaza, time means blood. That's why TikTok is flooded with images and videos that leave us stunned, while the world looked away and shrugged. In Gaza, blood pours with time under Zionist massacre and crime. 7.5 decades was your prime on stolen land, but this is your sign that your empire now is in decline, because the decolonized Palestine, the divine, the only one you buried and confided will emerge victorious once again at the end of your storyline. Their fucking storyline. Your storyline since 1948. Israel is a terrorist state, founded on hate, colonization and hate, claiming to belong to the land that they bomb and desecrate. Its indigenous people with force they subjugate. Our people were unjustly persecuted. Palestinians for the crime of an anti-Semitic Euro prosecuted with... Oh, sorry. Our people were unjustly prosecuted, Palestinians, for the crimes of an anti-Semitic Europe prosecuted, with olive trees derooted, our water polluted, our lands looted, our children mass murdered and executed, our rich history diluted, expelled and substituted with European colonizers intruded, our massacres till today debated and disputed, and our victims muted, as our colonizers concluded that from our lands we ought to be excluded. And all of this, so that all the Europeans can redeem and absolve their guilt over the Holocaust in which we were not even involved. And yet, the governments have made it explicit that Palestinians to them are nothing but a digit. And all the Israeli war crimes that are complicit, the sale of weapons they will not prohibit. When the genocide in Gaza makes them millions in profit, they impose no red lines nor pivot. Instead, our protests and freedom of speech they prohibit. They want to break our determination, but our determination and humanity have no limit. Every day, every hour, and every minute, we will continue to fight. Our voices you cannot inhibit, because in Palestine, they can kill bodies, but they can never kill our spirit. Y'all, you think I'm done? Hell no. We will keep protesting, blocking and talking online, because I promise you, we will have a free Palestine. It's no longer a question of if, but a matter of when. And until then, the Palestinians have no shortage of brave women and men. We shall not be forgotten, nor shall we ever depend on anyone else for our children's rights to defend. You still cannot comprehend that the Palestinians will never break or bend. We stand tall and proud as you condemn. We will fight till our liberation, because that's the only acceptable end. But it's funny. It's really funny. Palestinian is changing the world when they all thought it was just a trend. But here, we are 10 months and 76 years since it has begun, and their support is growing thin. Zionists can't break us nor get under our skin, because I promise you that we will win. They will be judged for their brutality and their sin. Hold up your chin. They are collapsing from within. Their propaganda lost and tossed in the bin, because no matter what the truth, they can try to hide, but they cannot spin. Let me explain. We saw children missing their brain. Every day, we bear witness to Palestinian strength and pain. The killing and the children maimed. The propaganda is insane. Our anger you had coming, we can no longer contain. With every Israeli lobbied political election campaign, and while the world from a ceasefire vote abstain, let the future bear witness that the world supported war crimes. The world supported war crimes. Hungary supported war crimes. The world supported war crimes, convicted they convicted it at The Hague, that this government kept providing weapons without shame as a moral stain. But today, there is a contrast. TikTok help us understand that the politicians you cast, all the laws you passed, was to control us in mass. Colonization is still alive and well and funded with our tax. The Nakba of 1948 was surpassed. So here, we are amassed, determined to bring your corrupt, inhumane systems down. So let's see who's gonna outlast. our endless humanity, or the bombs you blast. Because we see you panicking and your empire falling fast. So let the future bear witness that we stood here in the sunshine and the rain while we watched our genocide unfold from foreign terrain. Every wall in the world has recorded our screams that went in vain as the people watched us get killed, asked us to lower our voices, and told us to refrain.
Free, free Palestine! 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 Free, free Palestine!
Free Palestine. Let the future bear witness that we never gave up on our land and rights, that we will regain, and the amount of strength that we contain to resist and refuse being pawns in your greedy geopolitical game, because we are all humans, we are all Palestinians, we are all Palestine, we are all Gaza, we are all West Bank. That's a fact, not a fucking opinion. We are all humans, we are all Palestinians. We heard you speak of human rights, but we saw nothing humane. Free Palestine.
Afnan! So, I'm well aware that I always talk too much, so I don't really want to talk too much, but there's a few points I definitely want to touch before we wrap this up. And as a final act of this protest, two of our amazing activists will read our demands in English and in Hungarian. But before that, let me just say something quickly in English and in Hungarian. So, we might not be a lot. Maybe it's true that technically we are not that well prepared, the sound system and everything. We may make mistakes in our speeches and stuff. Maybe we mess up some parts of the organization. We are very, very far from perfect. But some things I'm very sure, I'm 100% sure about that we managed to prove today again. First and foremost, that this is a completely peaceful liberation movement. We are not a threat to Hungary, the peace of Hungary, or, you know, Jewish people, or anyone. So, right now, today, as a historic moment, we set a precedent together for the Hungarian police and the Hungarian authorities to stop their illegal ban on pro-Palestine protests. Because there's no foundation for it at all. We are not the problem. This is the solution to the problem. The peaceful unity of all different people standing up for justice and freedom for all. Second, we proved that it's not a certain set of people against another set of people. We are a very, very diverse group of individuals. The only one thing really that connects us is that we stand up for freedom and justice for all. For humanity against inhumanity. És most magyarul is, mert mégiscsak Magyarországon vagyunk, és nagyon szeretnénk, hogy a magyar hatóságok és a magyar rendőrség is megértse. Annak ellenére, hogy lehet, hogy technikailag nem vagyunk a legfelkészültebbek, lehet, hogy kevesen vagyunk, lehet, hogy hibákat vétünk a beszédeinkben, stb. Az biztos, hogy egy-két dolgot tökéletesen bebizonyítottunk ma. Nevezetesen, és ez kifejezetten egy üzenet a magyar rendőrség számára, bebizonyítottuk, hogy ez egy tökéletesen törvénytisztelő és békés mozgalom. Hogy semennyire nem jelentünk veszélyt a magyar közrendre, semennyire nem jelentünk veszélyt a közbiztonságra, sőt senkire. Pont ellenkezőleg nem a probléma vagyunk, hanem a megoldás része. Igazságosságért és szabadságért, emberi jogokért állunk ki együtt, mindannyian, az embertelenség ellen, erőszakmentesen. Ez a megoldás, nem a probléma. Vagyis ezzel ma közösen együtt történelmet írtunk, és teljesen egyértelmű precedens teremtettünk, úgyhogy a leghatározottabban felszólítjuk a magyar rendőrséget, a magyar hatóságot, hogy fejezze be az illegális tiltását a Palesztina melletti tüntetéseknek és megmozdulásoknak. Főleg, hogy semmilyen törvényes alapja nincsenek. Ez a mai megmozdulás is kizárólag azért történhetett meg, mert túljártunk a rendőrség eszén. Az őslakos népek világnapján a népirtás, az igazságtalanság, az elnyomás ellen jelentettünk be egy tüntetést. És aztán kiálltunk pontosan ezek ellen a dolgok ellen, pontosan az igazságosságért, az őslakos népekért, és ezen belül természetesen Palesztináért, a palesztin nép szenvedését kihangsúlyozva. Vagyis túl kellett járnunk az eszükön, ahhoz, hogy megengedjék nekünk, hogy a szabadságért, az emberi jogokért kiálljunk békésen. Most viszont, hogy ez megtörtént, precedens teremtettünk, bebizonyítottuk, hogy mi biztos, hogy nem konfliktus szítani jövünk, mi biztos, hogy nem rontani jövünk a helyzeten, azért jövünk össze, azért állunk ki az egész világon és itt Magyarországon is, hogy megoldjuk ezt a problémát. Hogy megoldjuk az elnyomás, az igazságtalanság, a kizsákmányolás, a gyarmatosítás, a neokolonializmus problémáját. Összefogással, egységgel, békésen, erőszakmentesen, de a radikális igazság és igazságosság nevében. Határozottan. Úgyhogy precedens teremtettünk, felszólítjuk a rendőrséget, hogy mostantól minden törvényes és békés Palesztina melletti tüntetést engedélyezzel, mert ez a törvényes kötelessége. És a másik dolog, amit bebizonyítottunk, hogy itt nem emberek egy bizonyos csoportja van, emberek egy másik csoportja ellen, hanem mindenféle és fajta ember közösen áll ki az emberségért, a szabadságért, az emberi jogokért, az embertelenség, a kizsákmányolás, az elnyomás ellen. Ennyire egyszerű. Na jó, már most is túl sokat beszéltem. Mielőtt még jönnének a követelések, amivel befejezzük hivatalosan ezt a demonstrációt, és egyébként utána nyugodtan lehet itt maradni, még talán marad a derbuka és a hangos beszélő, lehet még kántálni együtt, meg dabkét táncolni, meg bármit, és főleg beszélgetni, és még ezelőtt szeretném elmondani, hogy ez csak valaminek a kezdete, illetve a folytatása nagyon sok gyönyörű eseménynek, amit már a Palesztin Szolidaritás csoport eddig is rendezett, és mások is. Holnap, augusztus 10-én szombaton találkozunk a Manyi nevű helyen, délután 3-tól egészen este 10-ig és még tovább beszélgetőkörök lesznek, filmvetítés és egy kiállítás megnyitó is Palesztináról. Gyertek el! Ingyenes lesz természetesen, viszont adományt fogunk gyűjteni Gázának. So just to let you know, we continue the movement. Tomorrow we have free event in Moni from 3 in the afternoon until late night with talking circles, with discussions, with film screening, and with an exhibition, opening of an exhibition about Palestine. So come there. We're also going to collect donations directly for Gaza. So come and join that as well. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. I really don't want to talk too much after this. So after the demands, this protest will be officially over. You can go home in peace or stay here in peace as you wish, but keep standing up for justice and truth. Most pedig ketten felolvassák a követeléseket, és ezek után hivatalosan véget fog érni ez a demonstráció, de a küzdelem természetesen nem, úgyhogy folytassuk együtt tovább. Köszönjük szépen mindenkinek még egyszer. Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Yasmin és Edino.
Okay, thank you so much for joining and staying this long. We are going to read the demands in English and Hungarian. So I'm going to start. We stand in solidarity with all indigenous communities who have to endure the impacts of colonization, capitalism and systematic injustice.
Szolidaritást vállalunk minden őslakos közösséggel, akiknek el kellett viselniük a gyarmatosítást, a kapitalizmus és a rendszer szintű elnyomás hatásait.
End the genocide in Palestine. The Palestinian people have endured 76 years and 10 months of ethnic cleansing and genocide under Israeli occupation. We call for an immediate ceasefire and international action to end this atrocity and bring justice to the Palestinian people.
Yes!
A palesztin népirtás végét követeljük. A palesztin nép 76 éve és 10 hónap etnikai tisztogatás és népirtás szenvedett el az izraeli megszállás alatt. Azonnali tűzszünetre és nemzetközi fellépést követelünk, hogy véget érjenek az atrocitások és igazságot szolgáltassanak a palesztin népnek.
Second, support for the Congolese and Sudanese people. We stand against the exploitation and violence faced by the people of Congo and Sudan. These nations have suffered immensely due to the greed of global powers and multinational corporations that profit from their resources while fueling conflict and instability. Therefore, we call to raise awareness about their cause and for the stability and prosperity of their countries.
Támogatás a kongói és szudáni népnek. Kiállunk a kongói és szudáni nép kizsákmányolása és az ellene elkövetett erőszak ellen. A nemzetek mérhetetlenül sokat szenvedtek a globális hatalom és a multinacionális vállalatok kapzsisága miatt, amelyek profitálnak az erőforrásaikból, miközben a konfliktusokat és instabilitást szítanak.
Third, solidarity with the Roma people. In Hungary and across Europe, the Roma people face systemic discrimination, marginalization and violence. We stand with them in their fight for justice and equal rights.
Szolidarítunk a roma néppel. Magyarországon és Európa szerte a roma emberek rendszer szintű előítéletekkel, kirekesztéssel és erőszakkal szembesülnek. Kiállunk mellettük az igazságosságért és az egyenlő jogokért folytatott harcukban.
Fourth, intersectionality and global injustice. All struggles against colonialism and white supremacy are interconnected. From Palestine to Congo, Sudan to Hungary, marginalized communities face the same oppressive forces that deny their rights, land and dignity. The United States and the European governments are complicit in perpetuating these injustices through both direct actions and silence.
Interszekcionalitás és globális igazságtalanság. A gyarmatosítás és a rasszizmus elleni küzdelmek összefüggenek egymással. Palesztinától Kongóig, Szudántól Magyarországig a marginalizált közösségek ugyanazokkal az elnyomó erőkkel néznek szembe, amelyek megtagadják tőlük a jogaikat, a földjüket és a méltóságukat. Az Egyesült Államok és az európai kormányok közvetlen cselekedeteikkel és hallgatásukkal egyaránt bűnrészesek ezen igazságtalanságok fenntartásában.
Plus one demand, criticism does not equal anti-Semitism. We stand against all forms of racism and ethnic discrimination, including anti-Semitism in Hungary and the rest of the world. Being critical of Israel's politics and actions does not equal, in fact, it is the opposite of anti-Semitism. We respect the traditions of Judaism while we oppose the ideology of Zionism.
Kiállunk a rasszizmus és az etnikai kirekesztés minden formája ellen, beleértve az antiszemitizmus Magyarországon és a világ többi részén. Izrael politikájának és tetteinek kritikája nem egyenlő az antiszemitizmussal, sőt, annak szöges ellentéte. Tiszteljük a zsidóság hagyományait, miközben ellenezzük a cionizmus ideológiáját.
Call to action. We call on the people of conscience. This is a difficult word, but we all have it since we are here. Particularly the Hungarian and the European public to recognize their role in perpetuating these injustices through their government's policies and actions. It is time to demand change, to end the genocide in Palestine, and to stand in solidarity with indigenous peoples fighting for their survival and self-determination.
Cselekedjünk! Felszólítunk minden lelkiismeretes embert, különösen magyar és az európai társadalmat, hogy ismerje fel, hogy kormányaik politikája és cselekedetei révén milyen szerepük van ezeknek az igazságtalanságoknak a fenntartásában. Itt az ideje, hogy változást követeljünk, hogy véget vessünk a palesztin népirtásnak, és szolidárisak legyünk minden őslakos néppel, amely a túlélésért és az önrendelkezésért küzd.
Apart from these actions, what you can do is boycott. So pay attention to what you consume and try not to consume things that are going to contribute to the apartheid maintained by Israel.
In case you don't know what to consume and what not to consume, there is a small hack which is called an app. It's called No Thanks. Download No Thanks. Scan every barcode. But let me give you a heads up. McDonald's, KFC, Starbucks, Cola, Lay's, etc., etc., etc.
Magyarul is, nem tudom, hogy van-e, aki csak magyarul ért. A bolykottálásnak az egyik lényege az az, hogy a fogyasztói választásaiddal ne járulj hozzá az izraeli hadseregnek a fenntartásához. Erre kifejlesztettek egy alkalmazást, aminek az a neve, hogy No Thanks. Egy ilyen zöld alkalmazás, amivel be tudjátok szkennelni boltokban a termékeket, és el fogja mondani nektek, hogy rajta van-e a bolykott listán vagy sem. Amik alapvetően bolykottálandó cégek, azok a McDonald's, például a Lay's Chips, a Starbucks, Cola, Lidl. Thank you.
ودق الرمح بعود الزيت. لا 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 I did not like this. لا لا لا. Okay, again. Hey hey يا فلسطين. Hey hey يا فلسطين. Let's end with this song, okay? Let's go. ودق الرمح بعود الزيت. Hey hey يا فلسطين. لك وانتو يا نشام منين. Hey hey يا فلسطين. لك واحنا شبابك فلسطين. Hey hey يا فلسطين. لك واللي عمتين. Hey hey يا فلسطين. اطلع يا قمرنا وهل. Hey hey يا فلسطين. وضو الكرة الأرضية. Hey hey يا فلسطين. لك حرية حرية. Hey hey يا فلسطين. ومخلقنا تنعيش بكل. Hey hey يا فلسطين. 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 فلسطين عربية. Hey hey يا فلسطين.
ونرفع علم الحرية.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
وعن حقي مش متخاذل.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
وجينا لنحمل مية.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
لقينا المية محمية.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
وحاميها شبل الثورة.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
والعربي عنده طيارة.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
طيارة أمريكية.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
ما بتضرب صهيونية.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
تضرب أحرار العرب.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
واطلع يا قمرنا وهل.
Hey hey يا فلسطين. Hey hey يا فلسطين.
ومخلقنا تنعيش بذل.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
وخلقنا نعيش بحرية.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
واطلع يا قمرنا وهل.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
وضوي على المخيمات.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
ومخلقنا تنعيش بذل.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
خلقنا نحمل رشاشات.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
والله للعن بي الموت.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
كأنه الموت يخوفنا.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
ودمي لأجل بلادي توب.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
ولحمي أرضي والأعراب.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
وجيتك من أبعاد بلاد.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
وحامل سيفي بإيدي.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
وجيتك يا قودس نادي.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
وحامل حقدي على الجلاد.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
وإنا البحر الهادي.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
ويا جبل ما يهزك ريح.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
من غزة طلع القرار.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
وثورة يا شعب الجبار.
Hey hey يا فلسطين.
Free free Palestine.
Free free Palestine. Free free Palestine. Free free Palestine.
I want you to repeat after me. 1, we are the people. 2, we won't be silenced. 3, we stop the bombing now, 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 now. 1,
We are the people.
2, we won't be silenced. 3, we stop the bombing now, 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 now.
بدم الشهيد تفوق صبرا سنرفع راية فوق الجبين تلوح تروي وتشفي شعبك المجروح يا قدس لن ننساك سنصلي بالأقصى لو ضاعت الدنيا سنظل يا غسان يا قدس لن ننساك سنصلي بالأقصى لو ضاعت الدنيا
Ez volt a mérce élő közvetítése az őslakos népek elnyomása elleni és a palesztinai népírtás elleni tüntetésről, a Szabadságtérről, Budapestről. Köszönjük, hogy velünk tartottatok eddig. Ezt a több mint 3 órás adást vissza lehet nézni a későbbiekben a Mérce Facebook oldalán, illetve holnap egy képes válogatással jelentkezünk a mérce.hu oldalon. Azt is érdemes lesz megnézni, meg persze egyébként is érdemes olvasni a Mércét, ami ingyen olvasható, de nem ingyen készül, hanem a ti támogatásotok teszi lehetővé azt, hogy ezt az újságot továbbra is csináljuk, illetve ilyen élőadásokat csinálhassunk nektek. Úgyhogy kérlek, amennyiben tetszett ez az élőadás, támogassátok a munkánkat, ha pedig nem tetszett, támogassátok azért, hogy legközelebb jobbat csináljunk. Köszönöm, hogy velünk tartottatok, ez a Mérce élője volt, sziasztok!